Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Maths with Miss S. This is part 5 on adding and subtracting fractions, and in this video we'll be adding and subtracting 3 fractions instead of just 2. And whenever we have to do that, the butterfly method that I showed you previously is not going to be our method of choice, because if we use it, it's going to be really complex and our denominators and numerators are going to become huge, because we're just literally multiplying everything together, which gives us the denominator 200. So let's stick with the method where we find the multiples of all 3 denominators in order to come up with the smallest possible denominator and make our life as simple as possible. In order to do that, let's write down the multiples of 4, 5 and 10 and then check these 3 lists for common numbers. 10, for example, would be common to the list of multiples of 5 and 10, but it's not a multiple of 4, so we need to check some more and find that 20 is actually part of all 3 lists, which makes it the lowest common multiple of 4, 5 and 10, and therefore our common denominator. That means we will now rewrite our 3 fractions that we have there as fractions with denominator 20. So we're going to change them into equivalent fractions with a different denominator by figuring out what to multiply the denominator by and then multiply the numerators by the same number to make sure our fractions are actually equivalent. Now we do that to all 3 fractions and then write all of our new numerators that now have the same denominator with them on one fraction line, making sure that the minuses and pluses are added in between the numerators accordingly. Once we've done that, we will now actually add and subtract, get 25 over 20, which means we will now be able to simplify that because 25 and 20 are both multiples of 5. So when we divide by 5, we're left with 5 over 4. Now, revision time. 5 over 4 is called improper. It's an improper fraction, which means we can write this as a mixed number. So we need to check how many times 4 fits into 5, which would be once, so that gives us 1 whole, and the remaining 1/4 is then added to that and gives us the mixed number 1 whole and 1/4.